Welcome to the road to $1 million US. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today. Starting on the 1 day time frame for Bitcoin once again, because as you can see right here in the charts, we are potentially about to break out of the top of this descending channel and blast off to the upside. However, as I mentioned in yesterday's video as well, I need to see a daily or potentially even better weekly candle close above this descending line of resistance, because so long as that does not happen, we are simply not breaking out yet. And in fact, it is just completely possible that we keep consolidating inside this pattern for much longer. All right, so as you can see right here, we broke out on the daily time frame here. However, when you zoom out to the weekly time frame, this turned out to only be a wick. And besides that, there are also two other things that we could take a look at to actually confirm a breakout. And typically on a breakout, you will see a big spike in volume, which can also help you identify that it is in fact a real breakout. Now, the last thing to actually pay attention to is if we get the actual breakout here, to then come back down to retest this as a level of support, successfully flip it into a level of support, and then get a bounce off from there. Obviously, as soon as we confirm it as a level of support, it is very likely that we are going to take out this big level of liquidity to the upside right here, but I will dive deeper into the Bitcoin liquidity later on in this video. Either way, what we can conclude for now is simply that the breakout has not confirmed yet, and therefore it is a little bit early here to actually flip massively bullish and wait for something like this, because simply the breakout has not confirmed. Usually when I say something like this, I get a lot of hate comments of people saying that I'm spreading like FUD or something like that, basically spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt, which in my opinion is not true. I'm basically just trying to tell you what I see in the charts and give you an objective opinion on what I think is happening here. So now let's take a look at the short term for Bitcoin here, taking a look at this 4-hour time frame. Right now, we are actually testing this 0.786 level, sitting at about 68,000 US dollars. And again, this candle has not confirmed yet. This breakout back above has not confirmed yet. So it is still possible to actually get a rejection down here. So regardless of if you are bullish or bearish right now, this is an interesting level to pay attention to and to have marked in your charts here. Now, in the case of a rejection, as soon as we cut below these lows at about 67.5K, I think it is likely that we are going to retest this Fibonacci golden pocket, sitting from 65.5K all the way down to 64.8K. So make sure you're paying attention to this level as well in the case that we get that rejection. However, in terms of short-term resistance to the upside, you have this level right here at about 68.9K, which is this previous high that could act as a level of short-term resistance. Although taking a look at the bigger support and resistance for Bitcoin here on the 1 day time frame, you can see that we already touched into this big level of resistance and got a rejection back down, which is sitting from about 68.5K all the way up to 70,000 US dollars. And now potentially if we go above these previous highs, we will be testing this big level of resistance once again. And of course, in the case that we break out above 70,000 US dollars, it is likely that we are going to be touching into this next big level of resistance as well, sitting from 71 all the way up to 73,000 US dollars. So that is what I'm looking out for in terms of resistance, besides the other things that I mentioned on the lower time frames. But again, if we actually get that rejection down, then you also need to pay attention to this big level of support right here, sitting from 66 all the way down to 65,000 US dollars for the Bitcoin price. Now, normally in my videos, I give you guys some kind of direction where I am more bullish or more bearish. However, in this video, in the short term at least, I am just neutral, because as you can see in this chart, we are basically exactly on this trend line, and therefore we can get rejected or break out to the upside. So right now, at least in the immediate short term, I am not bullish or bearish. I'm just waiting to see what is going to happen around this price level. Although, of course, taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map on this higher time frame, this 3-month time frame, I am of course still bullish long term. So on the higher time frames, the month time frame, etc., I am still bullish. I think we are still in a bull market, and I think it is likely that at some point we are going to take out this liquidity at 72.3K, which I have been saying for weeks at this point, even when we were trading all the way down here at 53,000 US dollars. So keep that in mind. Long term, I am still bullish, but of course it is important to understand the difference between the different time frames, because obviously I am long term bullish, but at least in this immediate short term here, I am simply neutral in terms of the price action because I'm waiting to see what is happening here. And in fact, my strategy here over the last couple of days has just been to take short-term leverage trades, especially with all the news and stuff that was going on. I was just trading that as well. So that is the way that I have been playing this recently. And when we get some kind of clear direction, either to the upside or to the downside, that is when we can talk about potential price targets and what is going to happen next. But again, for now, it is simply neutral as far as I'm concerned. This has been today's market update. Thank you for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.